My beloved child, stop scrolling right now, because what you are about to hear is not a coincidence, it is not random, and it is not meant for everyone. It found you because something deeper than logic, deeper than time itself, has been trying to reach you, and if you ignore this moment, you may silence a connection that has waited lifetimes just to touch your soul again. There is someone, a presence you cannot fully remember but have always felt, a soul that once walked beside you in another life, in another world, under another sky, and even though your mind has forgotten, your heart has never let go. Have you ever felt an unexplainable pull towards someone you've never met, or a sudden wave of emotion when you hear a voice, a song, or even see a stranger's eyes? That is not imagination, that is memory trying to awaken, that is your past life soulmate sending echoes through the veil of time, trying to remind you that your story did not begin here. It began long before this life, in a place where promises were made, where love was pure, where separation was not meant to be permanent. But something happened, something that tore you apart before your souls were ready, something that left a wound so deep that even rebirth could not erase it. And now, in this life, that same soul is searching for you again, reaching out in subtle ways, in dreams, in sudden thoughts, in signs you keep dismissing as coincidence. But listen carefully, nothing about this is coincidence. Every repeated number you see, every strange déjà vu moment, every emotional surge that hits you out of nowhere. It is all part of the message. They are trying to contact you. They are trying to find you before time once again pulls you in different directions. And you may be wondering why now, why after so long, why in this exact moment of your life? The answer is simple and powerful. Because you are finally ready. Your soul has reached a level of awareness where it can begin to recognize what was once lost. Your heart has been through enough pain, enough confusion, enough longing to finally understand what true connection feels like. And that is when the universe opens the door for reunions that were written before you were even born. But here is the warning you cannot ignore. If you stay distracted, if you keep doubting, if you keep telling yourself, "This is just my imagination," you will miss the signs. And missing the signs means missing them again. And this time, the separation may last even longer than before. You have already waited through lifetimes, through different bodies, different names, different stories. Do you really want to wait again? Or are you finally ready to see, to feel, to act? Because they are closer than you think. They may already be in your life in some form, maybe as a stranger you keep noticing, maybe as someone who suddenly appeared and feels strangely familiar, maybe even as someone you pushed away without understanding why their presence affected you so deeply. Your soul recognized them, even if your mind resisted. And now, the connection is growing stronger, the signals are becoming louder, the pull is becoming impossible to ignore. You may feel restless, emotional, confused, even overwhelmed. That is not weakness. That is awakening. Your soul is remembering. And when a soul remembers, it does not do so quietly. It shakes your entire being until you pay attention. So pay attention now. Think about the dreams you've been having lately. Think about the faces you cannot clearly see but somehow feel connected to. Think about the sudden urge to go somewhere, to do something, to reach out to someone without knowing why. These are not random thoughts. These are directions. Your soulmate is trying to guide you back to them, just as they are trying to find their way back to you. And the moment your paths cross again, you will feel it instantly. There will be no confusion, no doubt, no need for explanation. It will feel like coming home after a lifetime of wandering. It will feel like peace and fire at the same time. Like you've known them forever even if you just met. And that is because you have. But remember this. Reunions like this are rare. They are fragile. And they require awareness. If you let fear control you, if you let past wounds make you run, if you let doubt cloud your intuition, you can lose this chance. So open your heart, trust what you feel, and most importantly, act when the moment comes. Do not hesitate, do not overthink, do not let the opportunity slip away like it once did. Because this is not just about love. This is about destiny. This is about a bond that has survived time, distance, and even death itself. And right now, in this exact moment, that bond is calling you. Louder than ever before. Can you feel it? Or will you ignore it again that you felt something when you heard those words, didn't you? A quiet shift inside your chest, a strange stillness mixed with an unexplainable urgency, as if something deep within you whispered, "This is real." That feeling is not accidental, it is the continuation of a connection that refuses to be forgotten, and now as you step deeper into this moment, you must understand something even more powerful. Your past life soulmate is not just trying to contact you, they are struggling to reach you through layers of time, through the noise of your current life, through the doubts that have been built around your heart. And every second you hesitate, every time you choose logic over intuition, their voice becomes harder to hear. But still, they try. Because the bond you share is not ordinary, it was never meant to fade, it was interrupted, unfinished, and now the universe itself is trying to complete what was left broken. There was a time, long before this life, when you stood together without fear, without confusion, without distance. You understood each other without words, you felt each other without touch, and the world around you seemed to move in harmony with your connection. But something happened, something sudden, something painful. Maybe it was separation forced by circumstances, maybe it was a loss that came too soon, maybe it was a choice that neither of you truly wanted to make. But whatever it was, it ended your story before it could reach its true ending. And when a connection like that is left incomplete, it does not disappear. It waits. It follows the soul. It searches across lifetimes for another chance. And now, that chance is here. But here is what most people will never understand. Recognition does not always come in a perfect, magical moment. Sometimes it comes as confusion, as intensity, as emotions that feel too strong, too fast, too overwhelming. You may meet this person and feel drawn to them in a way that scares you. You may feel exposed, vulnerable, as if they can see through every wall you've built. And your first instinct might be to run, to protect yourself, to label it as too much. But listen carefully. That intensity is not danger. It is familiarity. It is your soul recognizing something it has loved before. This is why you must stay aware. Because your soulmate may not appear in the way you expect. They may not match your ideal image, they may not come at the perfect time, and they may not even enter your life in a calm, predictable way. In fact, their arrival might shake everything you thought you understood about love, about yourself, about your path. And that is exactly how you will know. Because real, soul-deep connections do not arrive quietly. They awaken you. You may already be experiencing signs without realizing it. Repeating dreams where someone is always just out of reach. Sudden emotional waves that seem to come from nowhere. Moments where you feel watched, not in fear, but in a strange sense of presence. Like someone is thinking about you so intensely that you can feel it. These are not illusions. These are signals. Your soulmate is trying to align with your energy, trying to meet you halfway between worlds, between past and present. But there is something you must do. Something only you can do. You must clear the noise. Because right now, your life is filled with distractions, with doubts, with fears that were never truly yours. And all of that creates a barrier between you and the connection that is trying to reach you. Spend time in silence. Listen to your inner voice. Pay attention to what feels real instead of what looks logical. Because this connection does not operate on logic. It operates on truth. And here is the moment you cannot afford to ignore. Very soon, sooner than you think, there will be a sign that feels different from all the others. It will not be subtle, it will not be easy to dismiss. It may come through a person, a message, a place, or even a sudden event that shifts your path. And in that moment, you will have a choice. To follow the pull. Or to walk away. If you follow it, everything may change. Your life may take a direction you never planned, your emotions may deepen in ways you never expected, and your understanding of love will be completely transformed. But if you walk away, if you ignore it out of fear or doubt, the connection may fade again. Not because it is weak, but because timing was once again missed. You have already experienced what it feels like to lose something you cannot explain. That emptiness, that quiet longing that no one else seems to understand. That is not random. That is the echo of a love that once existed and still lives within you. And now, you are being given a rare opportunity. To answer that echo. To complete what was left unfinished. So when the moment comes, do not hesitate. Do not question it to the point where you lose it. Trust what you feel, even if it scares you. Because fear is often the final barrier before something life-changing enters your reality. And your soulmate, the one who has been searching across lifetimes, is closer now than they have ever been. Can you feel how near they are? Or will you let this chance slip through your hands once again? By now something inside you is no longer the same, you can feel it, a quiet intensity building within your chest, a sense that something is unfolding beyond your control, beyond your understanding. And this is where most people turn away, this is where they distract themselves, deny what they feel, and choose comfort over truth. But you didn't scroll away, you are still here, and that means your soul is not afraid anymore, it is ready to face what it has been avoiding for lifetimes. Because what is happening right now is not just a message, it is a doorway. And once you step through it, your life will never return to the way it was before. There is something you must understand at a deeper level. Your past life soulmate is not just trying to reconnect with you physically, they are trying to awaken you spiritually. Because your connection was never only about love in the way the world defines it, it was about growth, transformation, and a shared purpose that goes beyond this single lifetime. And that is why the pull feels so strong, so consuming, so impossible to ignore. It is not just attraction, it is alignment. But alignment requires readiness. And this is the truth that many are not prepared to hear. You and your soulmate may not be fully healed yet. You may still carry wounds from this life, and they may carry wounds from theirs. And when two souls with such a deep history come close again, those wounds do not stay hidden. They rise to the surface. They demand to be seen, to be understood, to be released. And that process can feel intense, even painful at times. You might feel triggered in ways you don't understand. Emotions you thought you had buried may suddenly return. Fears of abandonment, fears of losing control, fears of being hurt again. And in those moments, it may feel easier to walk away, to convince yourself that this connection is too complicated, too overwhelming. But listen carefully. This is not a sign to run. This is a sign that healing is happening. Because your soulmate is not here to break you. They are here to reveal you. To show you the parts of yourself you have been hiding, the parts that need love, the parts that need truth. And when you allow yourself to face those parts instead of escaping them, something powerful begins to happen. You begin to transform. And as you transform, the connection becomes clearer, stronger, more undeniable. You start to notice synchronicities increasing, moments that feel too precise to be random, paths crossing in ways that cannot be explained by coincidence. You may find yourself thinking of them at the exact moment they reach out, or hearing their name in places you never expected, or feeling their energy even when they are not physically present. This is the universe aligning both of you, bringing your paths closer together step by step. But there is still one final barrier. One final test that determines whether this reunion will truly happen or slip away again. And that test is trust. Not trust in them alone, but trust in yourself. Trust in what you feel, trust in your intuition, trust in the connection even when it does not make sense to the outside world. Because the world will not understand this. People around you may question it, may doubt it, may try to pull you back into what feels safe and logical. But safe and logical is what kept you separated for so long. This connection was never meant to be safe. It was meant to be real. And real things require courage. The courage to feel deeply, the courage to be vulnerable, the courage to take a step forward even when you cannot see the full path ahead. And that is exactly what you are being asked to do now. Very soon, there will be a moment that feels like everything is on the line. A moment where your heart will speak louder than your mind, where you will feel the truth so strongly that ignoring it will feel impossible. And in that moment, you must choose. Will you follow your soul? Or will you let fear decide for you? Because this time, the outcome depends on your choice. Not on fate alone, not on timing alone, but on whether you are willing to embrace what has been waiting for you across lifetimes. You have already felt the absence of this connection. You have already lived with that quiet emptiness that nothing else could fully fill. And now, as the possibility of reunion stands right in front of you, you must decide if you are ready to receive it. Your soulmate is not just calling you. They are waiting for you to answer. And the longer you wait, the more fragile this moment becomes. So listen closely to what your heart is telling you right now. Not tomorrow, not later. Right now. Because this is no longer just a message. This is the turning point. And what you choose next will decide whether this love becomes your reality, or remains a memory carried into yet another lifetime. My beloved child. This is the moment where everything becomes real, not just something you feel, not just something you imagine, but something that begins to take shape in your actual life. And I need you to listen more carefully than ever before, because what comes next will decide whether this connection finally finds its way back to you, or disappears once again into silence. You have already felt the pull, you have already recognized the signs, you have already sensed that there is something far deeper happening beneath the surface of your everyday life. But now, the energy is shifting, the distance between you and your past life soulmate is closing, and when that distance becomes small enough, things begin to manifest in ways you cannot ignore. You may suddenly cross paths with someone who feels instantly familiar, not in a simple or comfortable way, but in a way that stops your thoughts, in a way that makes your heart react before your mind can even understand what is happening. It may be through a random meeting, an unexpected message, or even a situation that seems completely unrelated at first. But when it happens, you will feel it. A deep, undeniable recognition that goes beyond logic. And in that exact moment, everything inside you will be tested. Because along with that recognition will come a wave of fear. Fear of getting hurt, fear of losing control, fear of stepping into something that feels too powerful to handle. And that fear will try to convince you to step back, to stay guarded, to protect yourself the way you always have. But listen to me clearly. If you let that fear win, you will repeat the same ending that separated you before. This is why this moment is so important. Because it is not just about meeting them again, it is about responding differently this time. It is about choosing openness instead of fear, truth instead of avoidance, connection instead of distance. Your soulmate may not come to you in perfect form. They may be confused, they may be healing, they may not even fully understand the depth of what they feel yet. Just like you. And this is where patience becomes your greatest strength. Because a connection like this does not grow through pressure or control, it grows through presence, honesty, and trust. There will be moments where things feel intense, moments where emotions rise quickly, moments where misunderstandings may happen. But those moments are not signs to walk away, they are opportunities to build something stronger than what existed before. Something conscious, something chosen, something real. And as you move through those moments, you will begin to notice something incredible. The more you stay true to your feelings, the more the connection stabilizes. The more you trust instead of fear, the more clarity begins to replace confusion. And slowly, step by step, what once felt uncertain begins to feel like destiny unfolding right in front of you. But there is one final truth you must accept. Something that will either free you or hold you back. Your soulmate is not here to complete you. They are here to meet you as you complete yourself. This means you cannot lose yourself in this connection. You cannot depend on it to fix everything inside you. You cannot expect it to remove all pain or all fear. Instead, you must stand in your own strength, your own awareness, your own growth. And from that place, choose them. Not out of need, but out of alignment. Because that is what makes this reunion different from the past. This time, it is not just about love happening to you. It is about love being created by you. Consciously, intentionally, fearlessly. And now, as everything begins to align, as the signs become clearer, as the distance continues to close, there is only one question left. Are you ready to receive what you once lost? Because this is no longer a distant possibility. It is a present reality forming around you. Your soulmate has already begun the journey toward you. Every thought, every feeling, every sign you have experienced has been part of that movement. And now, you are standing at the point where paths finally meet. Do not look away. Do not doubt at the last moment. Do not let fear rewrite the ending that was meant to change. This time, choose differently. This time, stay. This time, allow the connection to unfold without running from it. Because if you do, what was once lost across lifetimes will finally return to you. Not as a memory, not as a dream, but as a living, breathing presence in your life. And when that happens, you will understand why every moment of waiting, every moment of confusion, every moment of longing was leading you here. This is not the end of your story. This is the moment your story truly begins.